The final document contains a comprehensive and agreed blueprint for the development of relationship between the various traditions in Northern Ireland, between nationalism and unionism in Ireland, and between all the peoples of these islands.
There being no further business to come before this proceeding, it is concluded. Good luck. Have a happy Easter. God bless all the people of Northern Ireland.
I knew the conflict in the north was full of violence. I knew it was to do with inequality and unfairness in society here.
The conflict obviously starts because the Ulster Unionists, like a dominated government in the north, try to suppress a Catholic minority in Belfast, Fermanagh, Tyrone, Derry. A nationalist majority try to retaliate by getting their own political power within the north.
I guess what I can say about the conflict at the time is probably lack of diversity. A lot of it came from violence surrounding identity more than anything.
Mainly it was about the provisional area against the British Army, and the provisional area wanted to unite Ireland, but the British Army was sent in 1969 to stop them.
Both my parents grew up in the 70s in the middle of like town. My dad would be like a big Republican, so he would tell me a lot about like people's like houses getting raided and stuff because they lived exactly in the centre of town. From both sides, it was just really violent.
I think I'd know a lot about the conflict just due to the fact that my great-granddad was shot and murdered on Bloody Sunday by British paratroopers. So it's never been a conversation that my family's like ever shied away from.
Innocent people were killed or injured because they were fighting for basic civil rights.
How I learned about it was through school, education and history, and the curriculum, and outside projects such as St Mary's Youth Club and going to museums.
The Good Friday Agreement was signed 25 years ago next month.
To me, what the Good Friday Agreement was when everybody just decided to come together and to try and make it work.
It sort of brought an end to the violence and then power sharing in Stormont.
Nationalists and Unionists would be able to sit down and to the promise of working together to form a brighter, prosperous northern state.
And I think it allowed Northern Ireland to move forward as a state or a country or a place.
I think the most important thing about it is it gave a relatively, it was a period of peace.
But still, there is still some memories kicking back from back then. You know, people still have PTSD, there's still stuff going on.
Even though now there obviously still is a lot of tensions, and there are certain parts of the town where you could run into violence, like very segregated, like Catholic and Protestant areas, but things are a lot less violent.
But again, with the Good Friday Agreement, I think raises the question, is making every single person involved happy a realistic goal?
It seemed like such a good idea at the time, and everybody was going to hold their word. And then, as we know, it doesn't always work out like that.
Tensions are still building, especially surrounding the state of politics today. So, although peace was created and peace kind of still stands, it definitely isn't like a long-term solution at all.
Times have progressed, things have got better. They are an absence of physical war, but there's still that sectarianism within the communities.
Northern Irish politics is in a state of disarray.
The current state of politics in the north is certainly a sad situation.
We all know that the politics at the minute is in shambles. Almost like if they have any minor inconvenience, they're walking away. And at the end of the day, we're dealing with adults, and you would know teenagers with more sense than that. So I feel like they should do their job, really.
With both parties just not cooperating. It's putting a lot of like priority issues for the North on the back burner.
We have so many crises going on within our society.
The ordinary person is left behind because there's no government. The working class there's just no one there to fight their corner.
There's people out here struggling to eat and feed their families.
There was still division as well between communities. That was still there, but it wasn't as bad as it was.
We don't have to be stuck in the Troubles anymore. We have to get past like the religion and the nationality if we want to like survive, basically.
For me, in the next 25 years, I do want to see the unification of Ireland.
In my opinion, hopefully there's a united Ireland.
I would love a united Ireland as well, like most people would, and Derry.
I don't really know where I see it, to be honest, because I understand both sides, people who want united Ireland, people who don't. Like, it's just such a complicated thing that I can barely think of it myself, you know.
In 25 years' time, of course, the same as anybody else, I'd love to see united Ireland. Whether it would work is another story and another question, but I feel like after all the hardships and all the conflict and all the lives that were lost throughout the North that whole time, in that time period, it would just be like a full circle moment for everybody that supported it from day dot.
This generation now of like 17 to 18-year-olds, their parents would have grown up in the Troubles, and so we all be hearing about the conflict and everything and how most people's parents my age would want a united Ireland. So I feel like it's this generation that's really going to carry that through.
That's only going to be possible when people my age become aware of how important they are in a political process.
We are going to be the next generation, we are going to be the politicians and the leaders of the country, so I feel like young people definitely just need to maybe educate themselves a wee bit more and just make sure that they know their current situations and the current affairs, and to definitely vote.
Even if we do get a united Ireland, which I would love to see, I believe that it would not be as it currently is.
Well, I think if there was a united Ireland, it would have to be changed. Now it's, you know, still separate education, and there's still division between communities and that, but I think young people should try and get along better with different sides.
No, I reckon if they were mixed, it would work out better, because both sides would be growing up together, working together. They'd work out probably a bit better on both sides.
You know, you're only like 5 when you go into a school with all Catholics in it, and there's schools with all Protestants in it, so there's no real connection there until you're older. And then it's, you know, you already sort of formed your own view on people. So I think it would be better if it was you were brought up together.
I believe young people can really bring that change about by coming together and talking about what they know about each other, what they actually know, not what they're being told as they grow up, and learn off one another.
We don't see a Protestant in Creggan, and you don't see a Catholic in Nelson Drive. So I would like to see communities more together, peace walls being brought down, that we can live together in a peaceful society.